Other than the basic stuff of your degree and university name and major, there are a few other things we can include in the education section. Study abroad. If you completed a semester abroad, this is really great information to include. You can add a line under the rest of the information, leave a space, and just type in study abroad with a colon and list the official name of the program and the country, like I have here. Make sure you include the semester, right justified on the same line. Relevant coursework is something else you can include. Sometimes there's a great reason to include this, and this is a place you can do that. Only include the titles of your courses though. We don't want course numbers, we don't want instructor names here. If you're including 3 or 4 courses, you can list them in a row with commas like I have in the first example here. If you have more than 3 or if it doesn't fit nicely on a line like that, I'd recommend putting them in 2 columns like I have in the second example here. And you may have more than 4 courses that you want to list here. This is just an example. You might be wondering, when is it appropriate to include relevant coursework? I mean, you already listed your major, right? They know what you're studying. Well, there are some good reasons to include it. Maybe you don't have much work experience in the field or in this industry, and you want to emphasize that your education has prepared you well, so you include relevant coursework. Maybe some courses you took outside of your major would actually be helpful for the reader to know about. Maybe you took organizational communication, and that would be really helpful in this agriculture company. Maybe you're applying for an internship as an undergrad and you want the reader to know which courses you've already completed so that the reader will know you're far enough into your degree to be of use to this company. Or maybe you just have too much white space on your page and you're trying to fill it up. A couple more things about relevant coursework. Another option, instead of including it within the education section, is to create its own separate section. If you do that, make sure it's directly underneath education. Also, just remember that listing coursework is definitely not required and you don't want to sacrifice room for other great content unless this information is important, or if you're filling up the page like we said earlier. So there you have it, the education section. Don't underestimate the importance of this section in your current situation. As you progress through your career after college, your experience will eventually take priority over your education on the resume, at which point you can relocate it further down the page. But right now it is one of your best qualifications, so keep it toward the top.